So, how is everybody doing? It's December. It's that time, getting closer and closer to Santa giving us our presents for being good little boys and girls. Especially in this case, good little tennos and tennoettes. Yes, I said tennoettes. It's a new word that I've come up with, so that way you can. Well, anyways, um, yes, we have gotten the Empyrean, and it came a lot sooner than expected. Thankfully, we didn't have to wait 1 to 2 months or even 3 months as it's been for several other updates in the past. This just comes to prove my theory that DE can actually release all of these updates a lot quicker and a lot sooner than expected. Why it is they don't do it at the same time is still beyond me. But anyways, enough with that. We've already discussed this thing over and over again. I am not about to start doing it again. So, the Empyrean. Now it talks about getting your own ship, your dry docks. The dry docks, it actually needs a lot, and I mean a lot of material, including, Tellarium. Now, Tellarium, as you all well know, is probably one of the hardest materials to acquire within the Warframe universe. Sometimes you get it when you log in, your daily login, it rewards you Tellarium, and some of them also involve you having to go to certain levels in order to acquire it. Now, for the dry dock, you do need a certain amount of Tellarium in order to start building the dry dock so that you can start building your ship, which also involves another list of different types of materials that you can acquire. Now, here's the thing. Some of those materials you can get, now that the update has shown up, you can actually join other players in their ships to play the Empyrean, I guess, quest, you can call it. And the materials just show up. You don't have to worry about, well, what planet do I go to? There's been a lot of other YouTubers out there, content creators for Warframe, that say you can go to Orb Valis or the Plains of Eidolon and start looking for certain types of material. It involves the stones or the elements or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's true. Some of those will actually involve you having to go and farm with the that little gun thing. I forgot what it's called. Don't blame me. I'm not really, oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, okay. But some of those materials you will have to be looking for on Plains of Eidolon and Orbalis. Now, the other parts of the materials you can actually acquire from certain levels as well, involving both the Corpus and the Grineer. But the Tellarium is probably the hardest one to get, because it's not very, I guess you could say, it's not very abundant when it comes to that. Now, the other YouTubers that I'm talking about, the other Warframe content creators, they're going to tell you to go get Tellarium and Uranus. They're going to tell you to get Tellarium from Uranus. But, in all true seriousness, I'm here to disprove that, because it's not true. It is not true. You're going to have a harder time getting Tellarium from the level for the Archwing in Uranus. You have absolutely small chances, if not any, to get Tellarium through that one level with the Archwing on Uranus. Yes, it sounds funny every time I say it. Uranus. Good news, everyone! We've called it your rectum! But you can actually get them a lot quicker. It's even better if you have one of those boosts for materials. It helps you get them even quicker. But the place that I recommend the most is not Uranus. It's actually a Neptune for the Archwing. And you can do this solo if you have to. You can get the Tellarium on Neptune on an Archwing mission. It falls and it drops a lot more than you would get it in Uranus. My god, I keep saying it. Holy crap. I recommend you do that. And if you have the Platinum and you have to, get one of those boosters and do so, it falls every 4 times that you play it. It's mobile defense on Neptune for the Archwing. You probably have to go on that level every four times that you go on there. You'll probably get at least 2 to 4 Tellarium. But that's probably the best place. Others have said that you can get Tellarium on a survival mission on the Kuva fortress, which is not true. It also takes a lot longer, if any, to get any Tellarium from there. I guess that's pretty much a lot of the things that I have to say about the way that you can get the materials for the dry dock, because like I said before, it's probably one of the hardest ones to acquire. A lot of people will need Tellarium. Rather than pay 10 platinum per Tellarium, you don't get a bundle of Tellarium for 10 platinum, you actually just get one. So if you have to, and you don't have the platinum, but you do have a booster that you either got from a daily login, or you have the platinum to just get yourself a booster, then go ahead and do it. It's the only thing that I can recommend. In other news, when it comes to Warframe, like I said before, we got the Empyrean a lot sooner than before. This just keeps proving my theory. They can actually get these things done quicker. Yes, the game came out, the update came out pretty buggy if you ask me, and I know a lot of people are going to say,
you see, that's the reason why PC has to get things first, because they're the ones that test the bugs.
No, it doesn't matter. It only says to me that I think they're starting to not give a fuck anymore, and they don't test out the bugs before they actually release it, and it's got nothing to do with PC players. But it's still pretty fun to play. You get to jump out of the ship and use your Archwing. The enemies on it are a little faster than you would have expected them to be. I recommend you get a fast shooting arch cannon rather than whatever. The Imperial is probably the best one, or the other weapons that have the Archwing things. I recommend that you use the Itzel. Always stay near the ship when you're playing that level, so that way you can pick off more of the enemy. What else can I say? The weapons that you get from the Kuva Lich, at some point, I'm sorry to break it to you guys, but these are not tradable. The weapons that you get from the Kuva Lich are not tradable. You can't trade them, you can't sell them or anything. The only thing that you can do is just, I guess you could say, add them to the weapon that you already have. It'll actually raise the stats significantly. I wouldn't say at large quantities, when it comes to puncture and slash or whatever elemental damage that weapon has. It'll only raise it ever so slightly. The only thing that you can do with those weapons that you acquire from the Kuva Lich is just add them or fuse them onto the weapon that you already have. Like I said before, you can't trade them and you can't sell them. So there's no point in you getting them and saving them for that special someone or someone in your clan or anything like that, because you can't do it. You just can't trade them. So that's one disappointing thing about the Kuva Lich weapons. I can't really say much against the update at this point because, like I said before, it came a lot sooner than expected. I'm glad that it did. Hopefully this means that DE is actually paying attention to a lot of other player feedback, because there are a lot of people out there on Xbox One, on Nintendo Switch, and PS4 who are actually voicing this concern, and I've seen it in a lot of comments both on their streams and on the trailers. So that's about it. I can't really say anything more other than what I've already mentioned. Any tips or tricks, I have already given you the best that I can. The Kuva Lich trading room for your dojo, if you have one, it involves 250 Orokin Cell. You're gonna have to grind the crap out of it, out of Grenier levels. Because that's 250 Orokin cells, okay? Don't forget that. Orokin cells in order to start building that one trading area for the Kuva Lich. If you have more than one Kuva Lich, instead of just killing them and taking their guns, that's about the only thing that you can trade, but you can't trade it off to other players or sell the Kuva Lich to other players. You can only trade them to other clan members within the game. But, that's about it. Any complaints about it? Yeah. There's no story yet. We still haven't gotten a good story. I guess that's about it. That's all I could say about the game. And It's okay, in my opinion. I mean, it's just more grinding. They added more materials to farm. I'm not okay with that. They should just already stop at what they are. Um, it's kind of stupid if you think about it that these new materials came out of nowhere, because we're not fighting new enemies here. It's still the Grenier, it's still the Corpus, and these materials on both Orb Vallis and the Plains of Eidolon, it's like you've discovered a whole new element. It's kind of stupid. They should just let you use the ones that you already have. But whatever, I digress. So with that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me your concerns over whatever it is you think about the game. What do you think about the Empyrean? Are you okay with the fact that it came a lot sooner than expected? Do you think that DE should actually push the limits on release dates rather than just weeks after PC gets it? Do you have any tips or tricks? Do you think you can get Tellarium at another area a lot better? Please leave a comment in the bottom. And you know, holidays are coming up, and I hope everybody has a safe and Merry Christmas, and take care of each other. One last thing, if anybody has any last minute gift ideas for me, I've got one. I would really like this skin, and it would be my Merry Christmas to me in Warframe. If anybody out there is ever so kind to get me this awesome bundle, well, just you know, go ahead and do it for me. It'd be nice to get it because it looks really cool. And make sure you drop it off at Red Devil 61780 on the PlayStation Network, in case you really do want to get one for me, in which case you're not really forced to, but oh well. Hey, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas.